Today I will tell you how it is to be treated for respiratory infection in Russia and why I am very upset about it. In case we're meeting for the first time, my name is Konstantin and welcome to Letters to King. We're living in today's Russia, explained by the insider you can trust. As you see, I'm coughing, I have mild fever and I'm not feeling well at all. I'm sick. I've been sick for 5 days. It started as respiratory infection and then, turned into a complication, acute bronchitis. So that's what I'm having right now. I cough a lot. I have mild fever, goes up and down. Basically not well. But let me tell you something. Over the last, I've had it for 5 days, and over the last 2 days, I had doctors came to our apartment 4 times, and all 3, all very professional. Well, first things first, last Friday, about 5 days ago, I felt tingling in my throat. That's how, a sickness starts. It happened before many times, and I know the symptoms. So I kind of got ready for that. And of course, my throat started hurting, aching. Then I started coughing, high fever, all these wonderful things. I was hoping it would be a mild case and it would not last for a long time. I was planning on flying on a business trip to the southern Russia. So I didn't call the doctor. I decided to try winging it, And on day 4, my condition was worsened. Then I canceled my business trip and I called a physician. A physician came to our house, very professional lady. She did a checkup, a brief checkup. She came up with diagnosis. So she said that I had a respiratory infection that turned into acute bronchitis. Well, she gave me a prescription of antibiotics to cure the acute bronchitis, and she also prescribed to inhalate my lungs with a special immobilizer. I think it's called immunobilizer or something like that. Creates steam and you inhale it. All right, fine. Then the very same day, Michael, my son, got sick. He started complaining of having headache, and then that was pretty bad. He started complaining when the physician for me was visiting and checking me up. She recommended to call up emergency ambulance immediately. They would come and then they would check. The doctors here tried to rule out meningitis at first. That's the worst thing can happen. So she said if a child is having a strong headache, to call emergency ambulance immediately, and usually takes a couple hours in Moscow to come. That's what I did. I called 112, which is equivalent to 911 in Russia, and I called up the ambulance. The ambulance came in 30 minutes. I told them it was not an emergency, but I wanted to check up my son because of the headache. So they came in 30 minutes. We had a couple emergencies before when Michael was short of breathing. He couldn't breathe well. The emergency ambulance came in 7 minutes. Okay, door to door, 7 minutes. This time 30 minutes. A very professional doctor came, checked up my son, ruled out meningitis and all bad things. Said he got a virus from me or infection or whatever, and just pretty much prescribed to drink a little bit of ibuprofen to relieve his headache, and that's it. And just continue monitoring his health, his condition. And then he left. That was yesterday. Today, we had a pediatrician came by and checked up my son. It's like follow-up check. You see, I never called for a pediatrician to come. That's how Russian system works. Well, Moscow system works. I'll tell you later on that, and this is why I'm very upset. You see, when you call an emergency ambulance to a child here, and it comes and leaves, then they immediately contact local pediatrician who comes over by feet, you know, and does a follow-up check. And if it's something serious, like Michael was short of breath, another ambulance comes 6 to 8 hours later to check on the condition. So this morning, a pediatrician came, checked on my son, then suggested we did a coronavirus test. She did, you know, this thing, stuck a little thing up his nose, then up his throat. Michael is fine. He's not very sick. He's taking it lightly this time, thank goodness. Then a couple hours later, knock, knock on our door, another physician comes to check on me. I thought there was a mix-up, and like a pediatrician, second pediatrician came to check on Michael, but second physician came to check on me. She also did a test of coronavirus, and let me show you this. It's freaking amazing, you know. She gave me free drugs. I don't know what they do with, supposedly it's antiviral drugs called Arbidol, but that was free. Now, why I'm so upset about that's great. You know, doctors come, even when you don't call them, they come and they check on you. And then this service I received, this help I received was very professional, and it didn't cost me a penny, not one single penny. They gave me free drugs, okay? Why am I so upset? That's great, right? Why am I so upset then? Why I'm very emotional? Because last November, I was in Rostov-on-Don, and my brother-in-law and then other relatives, they went down with coronavirus, and guess what? Emergency ambulances would come in 10 days. 10 days. I made videos, and I explained numerous times in my previous videos. 10 days. A physician coming to your house and checking if you get sick. In Rostov, the doctors would laugh at this possibility. They would go like this: are you crazy? We are so short-handed here in the clinics, they would say, and there are like lines for people to get to see us in the clinics. So it's just science fiction. Yet in Moscow, it's totally different situation. People laugh at that stuff. Сейчас, Миш, несколько минуток. Yet in Moscow, that's a completely different situation. There are plenty of doctors. They are very well paid. They get paid much higher than the people in the provinces. And they even hand out free drugs. You see, it's like living in two different countries. Rostov and all other provinces and cities are Russia, and Moscow is not Russia. Moscow is Moscow. Moscow has its own budget. Moscow has its own healthcare system, different rules. It's perfect. Healthcare in this city is perfect, free and perfect. I think the only better healthcare you get in Switzerland, Israel, and Germany. And then Moscow comes in the fourth place. This is so upsetting. I was born and raised in Rostov-on-Don, and I've been residing in Moscow for the past 15 years. But I wasn't born here, okay? I come from the city of Rostov, and all my family is in the city of Rostov. Have tons of friends, and I know how difficult for them to get healthcare, decent healthcare. And I can compare how people in Moscow, it's not easy. Gosh, you don't even have to call doctors. They come without you calling them because of this amazing information system that exchanges information, you know, amazingly, this is very unfair to the Russians who don't live in Moscow. And mind you, Moscow's population is 20 to 24 million people, and Russia's population is 145 million people. So you do the math. How many Russians have access to great healthcare and how many don't? Sorry for this emotional video, but this is my another update on how things are in Moscow and in Russia. I'll see you soon.